Hey everybody, this is Justin with Pump Out, and today we're going to be talking about shoulder pain. Maybe you just have shoulder pain and wondering what you can do to help it. Maybe you are a lifter and getting shoulder pain now, and you're not sure what to do to fix it. I'm going to go over what worked for me. I think everyone's problems, and this one's different, but this is what worked for me personally. If you like this content, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, please just hit the follow button on my page for more content like this. I try to make a video a day to help people out, and in my experience, what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me, right? So let's get started here. First and foremost, if you're having shoulder pain, I think you should be stretching, right? Stretching with intention. What worked for me was actually like what I would do and still do is I'd lie on the floor, right? I'd lie on the floor and I would just take my arm and try to push it as far back as I can, right? I guess I'm jumping ahead of myself here. So what would end up being my problem with shoulder pain is I'm a software engineer, so I personally am on the computer a lot, and what happens is over time my deltoids would get stronger, and essentially what it would do is like roll my shoulders forward, right? Um, and then this would push the shoulders forward, and then eventually inside there you have your rotator cuff, and you have a bone that end up touching the rotator cuff, and it made pain, right? So when I go to lift, I'm like, and then fucking there'd be shoulder pain there. I'm like, God damn it. What happens is, for me personally, is like it's rolling forward. So chances are, if you have a computer job, your shoulders are rolling forward, pressing against your rotator cuff, causing pain. And if you were to get surgery on this, what they would normally do is they would go inside your shoulder, and then what they would do is like a little grinder, and they would actually grind that bone down, which I'm like, I don't want that. Someone grinding my bone down when you can have other answers. And it seemed to work for me. Yours might be worse. So I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice on all of this. But this has just worked for me. If you want to try it for a while and see if it makes it better, it may very well be. But like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a surgeon. Yours might be different, but this is what worked for me. So let's jump in it, right? Stretching, right? Stretching. Even for like knee pain and stuff like knee pain and things like that, stretching has caused those things to go away. You got to make sure you're stretching. If you're working out. But like I was saying before, what you want to do is you want to get it like almost against the wall, and just hold it and really push it back. And what you're trying to do is bend that bone back, right? You're trying to bend the bone back to position where it originally was. Another thing you can do is you can take your arms behind your back and just really push it, right? You really push them back. And not only will this stretch it back, but you're actually going to make your shoulders look wider, right? It's going to be stretching them back, and it's going to make your shoulders wider. So that's a plus too if you're doing this. Uh, but yeah, that's what I did. Those shoulder stretches, lying on the floor, and just really bending it back, trying to bend that bone back. It might hurt at first, but it'll go away over time if that's your problem, right? Another thing you need to be doing, because it'll put your shoulders back in its natural alignment, is dead hangs, right? So essentially, you get in a bar, you get up there, you hold it, and you wanna put your weight on it, right? You can put like partial weight, like in my gym, we have a spot where I can like almost grab these bars on the sides, and I can put part of my weight on it. Because if you're heavy, you don't want to put too much weight on it, because the idea behind it is like you want to push the rotator cuff back into its natural position, and I want to kind of explain this more in depth because like some people might do it and they might do it wrong. You don't want to use muscle while you're doing this. The only one that should be really using muscle is just your grip strength. You should only be feeling this in the forearm. Don't get your lats involved, because the idea is you want to get the stretch in your shoulders. You should be feeling like a pull in your shoulders up, and this pushes your shoulders back into a natural alignment, and that rearranges it. Over time, you keep doing it, it puts it back into its natural position. So do dead hangs. Don't do, like I said, don't use your muscles though. You don't want to be using your triceps. You don't want to be using um, your lats, and like, it's not a pull up. You're doing a dead hang. The only one you should be feeling that in is your tension trying to grip the bar, right? You might be feeling your forearms, but you should be feeling that pull in your shoulders, like almost like it wants to come out of the socket a little bit. But like I said, don't put too much weight on it. But you're just trying to get it to be back in its natural alignment from doing dead hangs. Um, but that's really. Oh, I did want to mention too. I truly believe too. Sometimes what it is, and I noticed it, and I'm still trying to correct it, is make sure if you're using dumbbells, especially when you start getting up to those higher weights. Like say if you're gonna bring it up to to be like in the shoulder press position to do your shoulder presses, you're gonna want to make sure like you don't use your shoulder to swing it up, right? Try to use your legs to pop that thing up, right? You want to pop it up with your leg and you bring this thing up to your shoulders. And another one too is make sure you're in a neutral position when you get it. Like when you do it, you can have it in this position when you bring it up, but to really work your shoulders, you want to bring it back down, and then you're gonna bring it up straight and down, right? And then try not to do that though right away when you're like, oh, don't flop them this way. You're gonna hurt yourself, right? And it's gonna hurt your shoulder. So I like pay attention to your dumbbell movements. Like I was bad with it for a while. We ignored it because almost every time I would pull the dumbbells up, there'd be a little pain in the shoulder, right? And I just thought, oh, it's natural. I just got to get the weight up there. But try to like you almost got to feel it to where when you get it right, you pop your knees up and you want to pull them up without using your shoulders. That's another big one you want to be careful of. Sometimes you want to be careful of too if you're doing dumbbells and you got to use a little bit of shoulder to get the bigger weight onto the position, but just make sure you're not using it too much to lift the weight, right? Because you're going to hurt your shoulders too. Those are the things I corrected to get my shoulder pain gone. Like I said, everyone's going to be different. So try these things to see if it's your problem. Chances are if you're on a computer a lot, then this is probably going to be your problem because your shoulders are just rolling forward, especially if you do delt work. Like your front delts are getting stronger, it's going to pull, and your rear delts aren't getting stronger. It's going to pull those forward. Or you're naturally going to do, like if I'm hunched over, you're naturally going to do it. And then try to, like, when you're in your chair, be aware that you might be rolling your shoulders. So keep them straight, back up, and make sure you're actually, not bending your shoulders forward. And that'll solve the problem in the future. I hope this was helpful. This is what's worked for me. Even if you don't lift, you might be able to try some of these things out to see if it helps your shoulder pain. Mine is virtually gone. It was a problem for a while there. Finally figured it out. This is what solved it for me. Take it or leave it. If you want to try these things out, you're going to try them out. Comment shoulder pain in the comments. Otherwise, you all have a good day, and I'm out of here. Have a good one.